Sometimes when you run into a weak guy in charge, and he's coming at you like this, you already know what you gotta do. You gotta put him down. Because these kind of guys like this Napoleon Bonaparte type mentality has to stop. These guys you see all the time, the ones that want to be in charge. The 3-foot guys that really think they got it going on and want to tell you what to do. See, we're talking about weak brothers, weak people that you run into. Guys like this. And guys like this, it's like explaining something to a monkey when you talk to a weak brother. You got to sit there and give signs and kind of really get into what he's trying to say. Because a weak brother don't know how to talk. He's just going to point. Weak brothers normally were kids that grew up with the D on their hat. The dunce cap. Remember that? When they would sit in the corner of the schoolroom because they was too dumb to function. Or they couldn't understand anything. That's what a weak brother, or one of these people in charge, want to do. They cry all in your face. You ask them to do something, all they're going to do is cry. You ask them to help you, they cry. You ask them for something that requires their job duties, and they can't handle it. They just start crying. Have you ever seen a weak brother like that? Well, I have. They're all over the place. So you gotta understand where the mind of a weak brother comes from. They have that slave mentality. They don't know anything but just that. They only date a certain type of woman, if you notice. A kind of trashy type woman, where they could try to make the woman their wife. That's the kind of mentality they got. They put the woman up in their house and force the woman to marry them with money. They drop all their savings into that woman, thinking that woman is going to stay with them. And this woman here is talking about a particular individual like that. How this man done put her in a house, sends her checks every week, and she's just going to take advantage of it until he gets home and she beats the hell out of him. But what about these type of supervisors who grew up in the military system, who've been bullied their whole life, who've been yelled at in the military? Because when you're yelled at like this, your mind changes. So you become one of those individuals, especially a supervisor, who can't cope, who can't deal with pressure, who run and hide and sit in the back of the room because they can't go up front and be a leader. Usually they're like gamma men because they're so mentally out of it and been beat up their whole life in the military and been punked. This is what they deal with. I've seen it firsthand. A lot of gamma men going to the military. And when they go in there, they can't handle it.
I said you will sound off.
They get screamed at all the time.
Yes, Chief.
So when they get out of the military, they try to become supervisors. And when that happens,
did I say walk
they really
back on
can't
the tow
handle
line?
it.
I didn't.
They become lazy. They're mentally
You know
out
where
of
you're
it.
at?
They think they're tough guys when they're not.
Respond!
It's a tough
Say
lifestyle
something. Yes, Chief.
that makes them a
no,
weak
Chief.
brother.
Maybe, Chief. What is it?
Now you're starting to
Chief.
understand where weak
Because
brothers come
responding
from.
is not an option.
They come from this type of
When you are done,
mentality.
you will be on the tow line,
Of
standing
getting bullied
straight,
and yelled at
looking
their whole
straight,
life.
awaiting further instruction. You have 15 seconds. Go.
So what do you do? There's nothing you can do but take it. You're going to get screamed at if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to get yelled at. You're going to get pumped. You're going to have people put their finger in your face. Just imagine going through years of this type of torture. When you come out to the real world, you can't cope. You can't handle it. I mean, you look good in a uniform. I mean, you put all the creases in and everything and try to act tough. But this is really how you look. If you ever want to know what a weak brother looks like, look into his eyes. If his eyes are brown like this, that's the sign of a weak brother. That means he has problems, or he may not be around too much longer. He's sick. So when you see a guy like this, don't trust him. Don't talk to him because he can't help you. Stay far away from him as you can, because this is a sign of a weak brother. This is 8 Dog Production. Watch the next video and subscribe. See you later.